Gopala Astrology channel, where the science meets astrology for common man's understanding. Subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for continued astrological updates. Hello, welcome to Gopala Astrology channel once again, ladies and gentlemen. And today we are having our Sunday session with Mr. Sudan, and it's going to be a very interesting session about the Lagna Lord in the first house. So what happens in a given chart whenever we consider the Lagna as a primary importance, zodiac sign, and how is it that the different planets are going to perform in Lagna. Okay, so I'm going to leave this stage to Sudan to set up everything, and I'm going to share the screen and going to explain each one of the planets in Lagna. All right, Sudan, can you hear me well?
I can hear you well, and your screen is also shared. So let us start.
Perfect. So I hope you had a good weekend. I'm meeting you after 1 week. So how was your weekend? Everything is fine.
I had 2 weeks. So 1 weekend I didn't spend in Mysore. So I had gone out. Had a good time. So let's start with the.
All right. So let us start with the question: what is Lagna or ascendant in Vedic astrology? Okay, and today we will just focus more on Vedic astrology concepts, and we will also try to put some scientific astrology planets in between whenever time permits. But definitely today our focus will be on pure Vedic astrology. All right, Lagna is very important. It is that zodiac sign that rises in the eastern horizon at any given point of time. This is very important. Okay, so suppose you can imagine our planet Earth is spinning around on its own axis and also going around the sun. So always put the sun, Earth in the center and imagine the 12 zodiac signs in this manner. At any given point of time, you stop Earth and draw a tangent to the eastern horizon. So whichever zodiac sign out of the 12 is there in the eastern horizon is called ascendant. I hope there is absolutely no doubt about this point. Am I right, Sudan? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Very good. And we even know that the place of birth is very important. Place of taking Lagna is important. It may be same time, but it is in different locations. The Lagna is going to be different. Like I had shown on the other day, the example of Lagna.
I want to interrupt you.
Sorry?
This is the top of the Earth, or is the side of the Earth? How do you call it?
It is just like a isometric view of Earth that is shown here. What is the purpose to show here is this. For example, you imagine it is 10 o'clock in the morning in New York, Manhattan City, and a baby is born. And at this point of time, when I draw a tangent to the eastern horizon, it is going to meet the Capricorn zodiac sign in the eastern horizon, and the baby is born in Makara Lagnam, right?
So you
in the same time,
wherever the sun is, that is the east?
Not necessarily. I lived in Canada before. I used to see the sun more towards the northwest direction, northeast and northwest. It moves in that way. So sometimes we should not get carried away just by the rising direction of sun as the east. It's not same throughout the globe. See, for example, I now live in Singapore. It's in Ecuador. I see exactly the sun in the eastern horizon. It's correct. But if you go to Australia or Canada, they are in the extreme positions. They will see it differently. Okay, when I was living in Canada, the sun used to set at 10 p.m. in the night. I used to tell my wife to feed my dinner, let the sun go down, like that it was. So don't get carried away with it.
So explain me, how do you define this eastern direction?
You should just take the magnetic compass. That will never lie you. Take a good magnetic compass, the hard one, and then you can use it.
I'll come to a question right now. Right now, we are seeing the Canada here, right? So, for example, you're staying in the Canada, and if your east is pointing towards Pisces, does it mean that your Lagna is Pisces?
At that point of time, at that place, when you wherever you draw the tangent, if it is reflecting to Pisces, yes, it may be Pisces.
So even if it is on the other side of the Pisces, the Lagna is in the Pisces.
I didn't get you.
See, how do you come to understanding which is the Lagna? Because right
See,
now,
you go to very, very clear. You just take a magnetic compass,
okay,
make a magnetic compass,
Mhm.
and hold it on your hand and look at east, whichever is the east. In any point of, even you go to North Pole,
Okay.
also it is possible. So it will show east, north, south, everything according to.
So wherever it is pointing, then that is the Lagna. It has nothing to do with the sun.
It has nothing to do with the sun. And all our panchangams and our softwares especially are designed to accommodate exact Lagna position. So we don't.
Why is the Lagna in eastern horizon?
Come again?
Why is Lagna in eastern horizon? Why is it not in north?
Because the Earth is spinning east to west with a tilt of 23.5 degrees. So always the magnetic lines of force that comes from Earth always hits the eastern direction. That's the only reason. That's the reason why our sages considered east as the most holiest.
So when you say that Lagna is the first house body, what defines the Lagna then? To be the first.
That is the entry of the soul. See, as I told you in our previous video, one of the videos, the time the umbilical cord is cut off by the doctor, right? That is the belief that the soul enters that body, right? So we say that the Jivatma has taken its birth in the form of this physical body. So there is a union of the soul, which was in the energy form, to this epithermal body, which is material in nature. So the non-material combines with the material body, and that union is called Lagna. And we always look at the eastern horizon as a proof that in this Lagna, in this eastern horizon rising sign, that zodiac is a witness that the soul has entered the body. All right. So it's we can talk a lot about it, and it may take a lot of time for this.
So you mean to say that only when you cut the umbilical cord, that is when the soul enters? Because
that is exactly when the first crying of the baby happens. The baby breathes. Millions of atoms go to the lungs of the baby, and we say that it is the entry of the soul to the body. All right. So that's what it is. This slide was shown to show the importance of position on the earth. The same thing if it is on the other side of the earth, when you draw a tangent, it may become a Libra, ascendant, and so on and so forth. It can be anywhere, any of the positions on earth. Now, let's go to the first house itself. Like rightly you are trying to think, what does first house in astrology signify? It's very important. Satya Jadakam book, it says that the person, if first lord enters and stays inside the first house, the person is endowed with what is known as Shubha Yoga. The person will be very compelling. He's going to have the qualities that are indicated all in the Lagna itself. And he's going to be having a leadership character. Okay, the person always will be very patriotic. Okay, and he's going to settle down in the motherland. Wherever he's born, he likes to settle down in his own motherland. He don't like to migrate out and things like that. Even if there are other planetary combinations which may make him to travel, but he will be extremely patriotic towards the place where he is born. So he will always normally settle down in that place itself. And they are very healthy people. If the Lagna Lord is in Lagna, the people always concentrate on themselves first. That's the point. And they will have good looks depending on what the planet is. I'm going to explain in the coming slides. All right. So Lagna Lord in the Lagna is really a very good Shubha Yoga. Okay, let's take the example of Mars in the first house. So let us take this as the Aries. If it is a Aries Lagna and Mars happens to be in this, okay? And I'm not here focusing too much about the degrees in which the Mars is and all that. In between, we can say that 0 to 18 degrees is called Mula Trikona position for Mars, and that's going to give better results compared to the later half of the Aries, okay? The later half of Aries, that is from 19 degrees to 30 degrees, we call it as Swagruha or Swasthana for Mars. But in general, whenever the Mars is found in the first house as Aries, they are very competitive people, because I told you Mars is a soldier, it always fights. They will be very good athletes, they can be good sportsmen, and they will be usually very short-tempered personalities. They cannot have control on their temper. If you irritate them, they will they will be nasty on you. Okay, they are very dominating. They like to be the leaders, and they go continuously into an accident, cuts and burns and stuffs like that, because they will have a bodily injury because of their aggressive nature. Okay, that is the characteristics of Mars in the first house. Any questions on this slide, Southern?
I guess. Sorry for spelling my name wrongly.
Okay, fine. Anyway, it's very clear that Mars can do very well in the first house.
You can say that the soldiers mostly have Mars, or like.
Yes. You take the examples of army soldiers, generals. Okay, if there is some other water-related planets in the other houses, it can be even Navy, and air-related, it can be Air Chief Marshals and things like that. But still, the Mars in the first house is Mars goes to the head. That's
so the short temper has to be controlled, otherwise they're going to have.
Yes. If there is no Shubha Drishti of planets like Jupiter or Venus, this Mars becomes more aggressive.
They can become gangsters instead of going to army.
It could be the other way of gangsters also. If there is an influence of Rahu, for example, right? So Rahu can spoil the relationships. Pluto, okay? Pluto in direct aspect to this Mars can make them gangsters as well. Yes. Being a gangster, they also need courage, right? Not everybody can be a gangster. So it can go in either ways, depending on the Shubha Drishti or Ashubha Drishti. You are in the right direction. You have asked the very relevant questions. Okay, that's what is more and more explained. And one point here I would like to focus here is, according to classical astrology, Mars also rules the 8th house. So first house and 8th house are ruled by Mars, and these people will have some 8th house effects also. These people will be extremely passionate in achieving their goals. They will be very workaholic type of people. Okay, 8th house is all about hidden talents and things like that. They'll have a lot of hidden talents. And sometimes if it is too overindulgence, they can be too fond of sex and things like that. And that can cause many problems for them. That is why the Shubha Drishti of Jupiter on this Mars is very important. Mars is a soldier, and he needs a minister or someone like Jupiter to control him. Okay. So let's go to the next, the planet of beauty, the Venus, when it is in the first house in Taurus. Remember, the Taurus is ruled by Venus in classical astrology. Okay, and we always see beautiful people who are born in this combination. Okay, if at all, the Taurian beauty and Libran beauty, they are of two different categories. Taurians are very organized people. Okay, and as I told you, in modern astrology, we call it as planet X, Kubera, who rules it. They will be more towards the financial goals. People from finance sector are very much seen in Taurus. Okay, so that's what you can see. Whereas Libran beauty is totally different. So this Venus in Taurus and the Venus in Libra, they behave differently, but both of them will be very attractive to look into. And this will be more of an artistic Libran Taurus, Libran Venus, and this one will be more financial oriented Venus. They will be very rich people, and they will have a soft and silky hair. That's what I can say. The first house is also related to the hair, and if Venus goes there, people who are in the semi lines, you can see that combination here. Okay. So, and then some of them, they may have some diabetes problem, because Venus in the first house tends to make the man to eat a lot of sweets. Okay, the people like to eat a lot of sweets, and because of that, they may, over a period of time, develop diabetes and kidney problems. Okay, so there is a lavish lifestyle that you can see. Okay, people like Shah Rukh Khan's son and all that, they will be always having money there, and they don't have to much worry about earning. They are spending money. that is the problem. They always say one generation of the family will work hard. Exactly. So the next generation is there to spend the money. And that happens, and the cycle repeats, you see, and that's the beauty of Venus there. They are here to enjoy luxurious lifestyle. They will always go for a very, the dresses of high quality. They always wear branded clothing and things like that. Okay, so that's the point here. I'm saying both positive and negative, but positive is more when Venus is there, because This is Kali Yugam. We need more pleasure in the material world. Not many people are thinking of spirituality. Okay. Now, Mercury, the planet of intelligence. Let's put Mercury in Gemini, which is its own first house, right? So Gemini is very communicative. It's always a planet of information, get ideas, take shortcuts and do things in an innovative way. Okay, it is more of an intelligence rather than hard work. People, in fact, Geminians are very good MBA people, right? People in business management. They are the people who are in marketing strategy, right? They are very, very commercial in nature. They know how to talk to people. They can talk to even a piece of stone, and make it understand. It's like that. So a good businessman, a good marketing executive is seen in this combination with Gemini in the first house.
Give an example of the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, things like that. And they have very good memory, and they are very professional. And also they are very selfish. They do not work for others, they work for themselves actually. But they appear as
materialistic people with
very materialistic and very commercial in nature.
Self-serving people.
Yes, you can see that, because Mercury here also rules the Virgo sign. This is according to classical astrology, which nowadays I'm kind of denying it, but still the fourth house and fourth house of Sukham, first house of Swayam, right? The Lagna is yourself, is ruled by Mercury here, and that's why we can say these people can do well in real estate. And they are the people who can sell
they're going to do good in politics, like finance minister?
Yes. They can be finance ministers as well. You are right. They know how to manipulate the numbers. And they may not be meticulous in repetitive numbers like planet Y I was telling in the modern astrology, but these people are the men of ideas. They know how to manipulate the things and get the things done commercially. Okay, so that is about Mercury in the first house. And let's go to the emotional moon in the Cancer zodiac sign. Okay, first of all, Cancer zodiac sign itself is a very motherly sign. It's very intuitive, and people who are very protective. What is Cancer? Cancer is like Cancer zodiac sign. If you see the symbol, it's like a shell. It's a snail crab. What does the crab do? Crab will be very soft inside, and it is going to build a hard shell around it. So you will see that these people are a little short-tempered kind of a persons, but actually inside they will be like a very soft one. They're very emotional, they sensitive people. If you scold them, they just cry in their mind straight away. Okay, so we have to handle them very carefully, especially Scorpio, especially the Cancer ascendant personalities. So they should be treated with respect. And
I can ask you a question if it is relevant.
Yes.
What if Ketu is in Cancer ascendant?
See, Ketu is a denial planet. We are going to come to that. Don't worry. You are jumping the gun. But still, since you asked that question, I will have to answer you. You must understand Ketu is a planet of denial. Okay. When it comes to Lagnam, when Ketu comes to Lagnam, Lagnam is your body and Ketu is a denial. And Ketu means separation from the physical thing. So these people will be self-sacrificing, emotional, and obviously the seventh house will be Rahu. They may get a very dominating type of partner, and they may even screw up their marriage life because seventh house Rahu spoils the relationships and things like that. So yes, that's the thing. But here Moon is like a mother. This type of people who have Moon in the first house, they are very motherly. They always see Moon here sitting in the first house aspects the seventh house. So they treat their partner very respectfully, and they love their partner, and they give 100% attention to them, and they take care of them always. So they will be, if there is a wife who is next to them, the Cancer ascendant husband always, how is your health? He's always worried about his wife, wife's well-being. So these people nourish everyone. Even they can be a good father. They can cook for their children and things like that. They are very emotional. And of course, they can become fat because they have no control on the diet. So they do not, they keep on eating all the liquid type of diet plans more, and they become a bit stout in nature. You can see that, right? So, and then these people get easily, they do not hurt others, but they get emotionally hurt very fast. And that's one weakness these people have. And many times it can become very psychological problem also. You cannot be too good a person. That's what we say. And in this Kali Yugam, they cannot be, one cannot be too good.
I mean, even in any yoga, being too soft is not good.
Yeah, you have to be a little tough, but at the same time, we need such people also to balance, right? Because we have a lot of negativities around, and you still need some good people.
They can also be good healers in one way.
Yes. Good doctors. See, Cancer ascendant, Cancer zodiac sign is actually ruled by Chiron, which is a healer, which I'm telling you, right? So that is also there. And Moon represents the mother. So who is the best doctor for a child? Its own mother, right? Not even doctor. Doctor need not say anything. Just mother touches and she gives a good kiss to the baby gets healed. It is something like that. So that's the thing. All of our best doctors, best teachers for all of us was our mothers, isn't it? We can never forget our mother. That's the point. Now let's go to Sun. Sun is a very egoistic planet. It represents our soul itself. And when it is in Leo, in its own house, okay, it is also a Mula Trikona Rashi for Surya, and 12 degrees of Leo, we say that the Sun does the best in the Leo. And this will be the leadership, the bosses. Okay, any boss of or a CEO of any company should have this combination, because you need a CEO to
whatever you're mentioning, it all resonates Sadhguru. All these characteristics I can see in him.
He's really a CEO of an organization, and he's outstanding personality, and you cannot defeat him in any kind of talk. He may have a very ordinary education. He may be a BSc graduate or something like that, but you can see his presentations that in Harvard University. He is talking to the documents.
He puts up that face, which is like nobody can deny his point.
Exactly. So they always love to be the center of attraction.
That is
wherever they go, they drag the attention of the people, because Sun is everything in the solar system.
I mean, whenever you look at the sky, the sun takes your attention.
Yes, that is the first thing that happens to you in the morning, right? That's the thing, and they always do very well in their own business, which I can tell you, Jaggi Vasudev is like a blessing for India. He is spreading the knowledge of India to everyone in the world, and this type of rare souls are born once in 250 years. Right, I was talking about the Pluto. Right? There is other things that has happened to him, and he has Pluto in the first house itself, and things like that. So they don't like to take orders from others. You like to do anything, get the things done from Jaggi Vasudev, he will never do it for you. He will make you to do for him. Yeah, that's they are very confident in what they talk. That's the thing, and they always want appreciation for what they do. This is very important. They have to be treated like king and queen. And I already told you that this particular zodiac sign of Leo is a royal sign. It's a royal sign. Okay, and their ego level will be high, and you try to oppose them, they will straight away pull you down, and things like that. So they also will have problems in their marriage. Please understand, if you see this slide again, Sun in the first house aspects directly the seventh house. It doesn't have any special aspects like Jupiter or Saturn. It aspects the seventh house of wife. So they like their wife to be calm, and they cannot raise voice against them. So this also causes some problems in the marriage. I have seen this in different houses, of course. And that's the thing. And good point is, leaders and CEOs can be seen.
What do you think about the negative aspects of Leo in Lagna?
Too much egoistic people. They don't listen to others. They ignore the words. If someone
they are not in a leadership position, they're gonna screw their career, they screw their positions.
No, they will be leader in one way or the other, either in the home or in the office.
Home nobody cares, but in the office, if he is not in the CEO level, nobody listens to him.
Yeah, but he will try to behave as a CEO, and sometimes it will cause problems.
It hits back for him.
Yes. He get hit back from that. It's possible. It's very much possible. Okay, so the next point is the same combination what we discussed in Gemini, but it is Mercury in Virgo. I can see very good lawyers here.
Okay.
the people with this, they can always think of a lot of possible permutation combination. Chess players, okay? Chess players like Vishwanathan Anand and all, they can have this combination and they
There's
can.
a new young boy who is a world champion now. Maybe
he may have Mercury in the first house. I have not seen his horoscope yet, but very, very likely that the influence of his Mercury in the first house will be there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is the thing, and they are also they do very well in their business. They can have very good memory and they can be good auditors. Okay, they're very good managers, auditors, and the methodical way of managing the department is very good.
Y should also be related to this then.
What is that?
Planet Y should also be related to this.
Wife?
Yes, planet Y.
Oh, planet Y, yes, of course, of course. Vulcan or the planet Y is the real ruler of this, and I'm just talking today about classical astrology. But my strong belief nowadays is that planet Y is the original ruler of Virgo, and it has more influence on this particular zodiac sign.
I think we should also talk about modern astrology with the classical, so that is better understanding for people, right?
We will do that, but I'm just trying to put more attention to our traditional astrology first. Okay, we will definitely add more value when we introduce the 12 planet. 12 zodiac with 12 lordship planetary system. We will do that. Okay, so as of now, I can say that Mercury does very well, and these people also do take care of their spouses very well and partners. They can be very good businessmen. Okay, Mercury in the first house is all about business and then making money and profit-oriented people. Let's put Libra in the first house. This is the planet of beauty. People like the very first example is Madhuri Dixit. People who are in the artistic natural talent is there with Libra first house, and these people will be very patriotic. This forms a very famous yoga. It is called Malabhya Yoga. So the people with this are really having a very soft and silky hair, and they'll just look beautiful. People like to look at them twice. You know, they will have a very attractive eyes, very attractive hair, skin will be beautiful, and things like that. And of course, they will be also fond of sweets. As I told you, the same thing in Taurus, it's the same reputation here. And they may also have kidney problems. And some more details are given here. Overall, I can say that the planet of beauty in the first house is always a welcome. And they will also have luxurious cars and luxurious and very artistic house. If you compare the Taurian house and a Libran house will be very artistic. They will have beautiful sculptors. If you go to their house, they will throw you a red carpet for you to be welcomed in their house, and you will see all artistic type of designs.
Say that good host.
Yes, certainly. All right, and one more thing I wanted to say here, the negative part. What I see here is if this is the first house, it also rules the 8th house according to classical astrology. So first lord and the 8th lord is the same. So again, here there could be some kind of hidden problems and diseases in their life. If Venus is not governed or well aspected by other good planets, it can make overindulgence for these people. So they will have multiple partners and things like that, because it's just a planet of luxury throws the aspect on the 7th house. So that is a negative part of Venus. And if it is more so when Rahu is in the first house along with Venus. So these people can even cheat their partners. Okay, because they seek extreme pleasure. And I have seen even a drug addict with this combination. They like to have all kind of pleasures, and they try to go to extreme conditions if there is no good aspect. And if certainly Rahu is there, it will control them. There won't be control on their pleasure-seeking abilities. Okay, so that's about the Venus in Libra. Let's take up Mars in Scorpio. These are called mental warriors. Okay, so the real stubborn people, you can see what is there in their mind. Nobody knows. Like for example, Narendra Modi. We still believe that Narendra Modi is Scorpio ascendant. But actually, we have another school of thought which says it is Libra ascendant. We made a video of that, I think, 2 weeks back. But imagine Narendra Modi, right? For example, Mars in the first house. So these type of people have a different type of expression. Inside, they may be boiling, they may be very angry on someone, but they will never show it on their face, because I told you Scorpio is something which is hidden behind the scene, hidden behind the screen. So whatever happens, boiling behind their mind and in their head, and whatever is happening in their life, nobody knows, and they silently suffer also. Okay, and these people will be very much stinging in nature. They will sting you back if you do anything bad to them. Okay, and again, they can be very competitive, very good in athletics. They are very dominating bosses and things like that. So they will never give up their competition secretly, because if you notice the Mars in the first house, it can also rule the sixth house of Aries, right? Sixth house is what? Sixth house is all about your competition and fighting ability. All right, so these people are ready to fight always.
Yeah, I just want to ask you this question. What if it's between 0 degree? Will it take both the signs' characteristics?
Very, very likely to have both the characteristics, yes. Are you saying that Mars is in the first house and it is just in the fag end of Libra and beginning of 1 degree of Scorpio? Are you talking about that combination?
Something like that, yeah.
Always remember one thing, my own research says that people who are born plus minus 2 degrees or even 2.5 degrees in the end of the Rashi or beginning of the Rashi, they will have both the characteristics. It's like a Sandhi column, right, between the two zodiac signs. And if it is more so when it is a Gandanta point. There is a thing called Gandanta points in astrology. So what is Gandanta means? For example, I told you that there are watery signs, there are fiery signs, right? So here, Gandanta point is there between Scorpio and Sagittarius, because Scorpio is a watery sign and Sagittarius is a fire. So whenever there is a meeting point like this becomes a Gandanta point. So there can be another Gandanta point between Pisces, it's a watery sign, and then Aries is a fiery sign. So obviously you can guess one more Gandanta point is here. Cancer is a watery sign and Leo is a fiery sign. So the fag end of Cancer and the beginning of Leo is going to be very critical. Such people will have dual nature. They can have the watery characteristic as well as the fiery characteristics. Yeah, there will be a blend of both.
Okay.
That's the point. And if Mars happens to go there, they will be boiling. They will be very short-tempered type of people. If you provoke them, they will be very angry personalities also. If not, they will remain very calm. Very calm, very calm. Because behind is Libra. Libra is a very diplomatic planet, diplomatic zodiac sign. And when Mars is there in Libra, it tries to calm down itself. But it is entering Scorpio, it will be revengeful. So it's a combination of both. All right. So you know anyone with that combination?
I don't know.
You are smiling. That's why. Okay. Let's go to the benevolent Jupiter. Okay. And Jupiter's own house is Sagittarius or Dhanus Rashi. And this is the best combination in any horoscope that I can see, because these people are natural gurus, right? Natural gurus. They are the teachers. They are very optimistic. They will be highly spiritual as well as very knowledgeable persons, and they like to share their knowledge. They are
basically
Nispartha Seva.
When you talk about guru in Ascendant Sagittarius, these gurus are not like Sadguru. I mean,
no. These people are not business-minded at all,
and
they are the true gurus. There are so many teachers, for example,
like Abdul Kalam.
Yes. Abdul Kalam had the Jupiter in the first house of Cancer. He was a very emotional guru as well, and such persons, he just walked out of his presidential office with 4 or 5 pants and shirts, and his property was all books. People with books, he has so many books. He invested his lifetime with books and books and books.
I mean, he's always into knowledge and
correct
spirituality.
Yes, it's true. What you said is 100% true in case of Dr. Abdul Kalam's case. And he was a true guru and a very nice person who will be remembered for centuries.
I mean, it's a very usual thing that spiritual people are very simple people,
Correct.
But when you see the spiritual gurus, they're exuberant and spending a lot of money. And
So don't compare Nityananda, who go and buy an island and all that. That fellow is a crazy guy. I don't trust him as a guru at all, personally speaking. Okay, I'm making this open comment. There are sorry to those followers of him.
The whole world knows it, so it's an open secret.
Yeah, but there are very sincere followers of Sachidananda, whatever his name. Nityananda.
I will tell you, see, wherever there are gurus, there are followers. I mean, you cannot blame the followers. You cannot blame.
Yeah, it cannot be the case of Chod Guru and Chandal Shishya. That's what we say in Kannada, right? It should not become. You should not follow a wrong guru and end up in problems.
Exactly. That is right.
It's all fated also. Sometimes you are made to follow the wrong guru also. But this combination of Sagittarius being the Lagna, it's a great blessing if you find a guru of this type, it's a great blessing.
See, you won't know that person. He will be somewhere silently teaching people.
Yes. And then he is a very, very, very subtle person. He don't like name and fame and things like that. And
I think that is the pure nature of guru, pure spiritual way of living.
Yes.
Not with all pompous and things like that.
You can see so many. They want to guide people through their own philosophies. They are philosophers, and their wisdom is
so you can also think like Shankaracharya was.
Yes. Certain people like Shankaracharya, what a great soul he was, and such people are very, very rare. Also, it's not. See, they say when you see the position of Jupiter, I will tell you. It may be a little distraction here, but I have to tell you this. When you see the position of Jupiter in your horoscope, that tells you how things were, how your parents were spiritual during these 9 months and things like that. Suppose you have Jupiter in the 9th house, your parents went to temple for prayer for your birth and things like that, And if you are in the
see, there's something called when you are in the womb, they do that ceremony, right, where they bring the veena and they play veena. That gives a positive vibration to the...
Very positive vibration. That's why certain rituals that our ancient Indian people were doing, we should always respect them because they had always a scientific reason behind it.
Yes.
Okay. So let's go on to the next one. Saturn in the first house. Saturn owns the zodiac sign of Capricorn or Makara Rashi. See, please understand, Saturn is discipline. Okay, he is the one who strictly implements things. Jupiter writes the law, right? The Saturn implements the law. That's the secret of this. So people who are like judge do not write the law. He implements the law. You must understand the difference, right? So like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he wrote the Constitution of India. He's like Jupiter, right? The government who implements that and regulates these laws and implement this in a day-to-day routine is Saturn. Okay, so that's the way it is. And people who have Saturn in the first house, they will face a lot of delays because Saturn is a slow-moving planet. It delays, but it gives results which are long-term beneficial ones. Okay, the people with Saturn in the first house look a little bit old. Okay, they get the gray hair faster, they lose hair faster. It's opposite of Venus.
Also,
right?
It gives a long longevity, right?
They live longer, yes, of course. Because Saturn aspects the 7th house and it is always caring about others also. See, please do not mistake that Saturn does bad in the first house. Saturn does very good in first house, but it is good for others, not just for that person. And he tries to throw aspect on the 7th house. That is why if you see, naturally Saturn gets exalted in the Kala Purusha Kundali of Libra, the 7th house.
I want to know this. What if Saturn is in the 7th house of Capricorn?
Okay, it will be opposite. This person will have a lot of problems in getting married. For example, if it is Cancer ascendant and Saturn sits in the 7th house, 7th lord in the 7th house, he is the Karaka of delay for marriage. So these persons, if at all they marry also, the husband will be in one place, wife will be in another place. Mm-hmm. So they always will split and they will not have that conjugal happiness easily because Saturn is going to block it. Because understand one important point, wherever Saturn sits in our horoscope, that is our one of the biggest karmic backlog of our past life, right? So we had done certain bad karmas in the particular area of our life, and that is where the Saturn is going to sit in your present birth.
Seventh is what do you call seventh?
Seventh is called Kalatra Sthanam, the house of your partner. It can be your business partner, it can be your life partner. It is other people in front of you.
Okay.
You get my point? It's others. It's opposite to Lagna. So Saturn in the first house generally makes frustration in the first 35 years of one's life. Okay, there is a lot of things I have given here. People can take a screenshot of this. Saturn Mahadasha and Antardasha will be problematic until they complete that. We say Saturn matures after 35, right? So after this 36 years of age, Saturn is going to give them enormous amount of blessings, unless there is a bad aspect of Rahu or anything like that. I can say Saturn makes person very rich and wealthy in the second part of the life. Okay, the first part of the life, you will be really, really tested. They will be having a hard time, both in financial and health-wise and family happiness. But in the second half of the life, definitely they will get the better results. For whatever the hard work that you pump in for the first 35 years is going to give you the results in the second half of the life. Okay, so that's the greatness of Saturn, and we should never ever ignore the goodness of Saturn. Okay, he teaches you a very good lesson. He's the one who cleanses your system, detoxify your system from your bad karmas. Okay, the next one, if it is Saturn, one more combination is Aquarius is also the house of Saturn according to classical astrology, which we are kind of denying now. We say that it's the house of Uranus for obvious reasons, because Saturn doesn't experiment. The Aquarius sign itself is the sign of experimentation. You like to do design of experiments to see which is the most optimal results and all that. But Saturn he always like orderliness, and he doesn't like any change.
One have fixed, he cannot
fixed mindset. Yes, correct. And that's why I can say they are very good in disciplining things, and they are having frustration because they don't like changes. They don't like changes.
If a negative Saturn, a person can become very rigid, right?
Yes.
So if it is a positive Saturn,
they can go crazy. They are going to control people. They are going to abuse people. There are many negative things they will do in the society.
Like, for example, like a dictator or some kind of fanatic.
Yes. It's very much possible. Okay, there are negativities also involved, and not only he being frustrated, spoiling himself, he can spoil others also. Okay, that is the thing. And one more point that we should not forget here is that the Saturn's Mula Trikona Rashi is Aquarius according to classical astrology. And I have personally seen the Saturn doesn't do well in Aquarius. Okay, there is a new theory that I have. In fact, yesterday I was making that video, exaltation points. There is something called multiple exaltation points. So Saturn just do not get exalted in Libra alone. After doing a lot of research work, we have come out with another 4 more zodiac signs, and we can talk about it anytime. But generally, I have seen personally that Saturn doesn't do very good in Aquarius because it's a fall house for it. Okay, so that is the thing. But definitely, the people can go to the foreign lands. They can do well because the 12th Lord, Saturn, sits in the first house. They can migrate out of the country. They can do generally well in the foreign lands also. Okay, the last part of the discussion is Jupiter in the first house in Pisces. So again here, the Pisces is a very spiritual sign, which is actually ruled and originally owned by Neptune, which is a highly spiritual planet. So jovial Jupiter in the Pisces sign may not do well also here. Jupiter doesn't get exalted or anything like that in Pisces, but they are very interested in the process of meditation, seeking knowledge in spirituality.
Moon sign as Pisces is going to have the same effect.
Moon sign, that means the moon in the Pisces makes people very religious. Yes, it's possible. Very spiritual. Yes, it is possible. Very calm people. Highly emotional also. So that is possible with moon. Here, Jupiter is a knowledge giving guru. So the Lord of the 10th house sits in the first house. So they will be very karmically bounded. 10th Lord coming into the first house shows a lot of energy to do work. Okay, and they like to teach people because they can be a born teacher. They like they have a natural ability of teaching people. All right. So that's all about it. Yes, certainly. And you must always understand that deep spirituality comes from Neptune when it is placed in the zodiac sign of Cancer. And the Jupiter is more of a guru and a knowledge-based person who is very enthusiastic. He is not going to sit in a place under the tree and do the deep meditation. He will not do that. He will preach people. He believes spreading knowledge. All right, that's the difference. So that is it. And the father is going to mold the personality of the native. This is another interesting point. Some people believe in classical astrology that 10th house represents the house of father, which I personally did not see the effect, because 9th house represents father. But some people believe that, especially North Indians, they believe 10th house is the house of father. So that really is not very profound in my practice. But 9th house, yes, 9th house is the house of father.
Okay.
And teachers.
So that is something to be tested.
Very good. So let's stop this video here, and we will go to the other session wherein we will talk about case studies as we promised last week. But this video, we will try to stop it here so that we will make one house every week. Like now today we discussed about.
But I want to give you a suggestion.
Yes, please.
Instead of discussing each house ascendant and ascendant lords, we should discuss each house with respect to the planets. So it's the first house.
We will do that. We will do that. Okay. So let's stop here, and we will go to the another session after this. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.